Skip is the type of guy that he can talk all the shit in the world about anybody, but as soon as someone has something to say about him, it's now become a problem. He can call players. He calls Russell Westbrook out of his name. He's talked about LeBron, LeBrick, Westbrook, all kind. You can talk about all these players, but as soon as they got something to say about you, you want to cry and play the victim. Skip, you can't be both. You can't be the bully and the victim.
If you can dish it out, you need to be able to take it. Honestly.
Exactly. Speaking of people saying crazy things, now Skip Bayless, your boy, man, he's your favorite commentator, right?
My favorite commentator. I really don't watch that. What is it? The Undisputed. I don't watch it as much as I used to.
Yeah, I it's hard. I like Shannon. I like Shannon. It's hard to Skip. I don't think he's a bad guy, but I think his run might be coming to an end.
Yeah.
If LeBron James, when LeBron James and Tom Brady retires, he won't have much to talk about.
Nope.
But Skip's tweet was a big thing in the headlines. Basically, he was saying, no doubt the NFL is considering postponing the rest of the game. But how? This late in the season, a game of this magnitude is crucial to the regular season outcome, which suddenly seems so irrelevant.
How could you say something like that?
So when he explained himself, he was saying the game has become irrelevant. So when he explained himself, I don't know what he really meant. Mm-hmm. When he explained himself, it made sense. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, Skip, you got to realize, bro, sometimes you just got to be quiet.
Yep.
Sometimes you just have to be quiet. You could have just said, hey, prayers for DeMar Hamlin and his family and his teammates and the NFL. Hopefully he gets better. You could have left it at that. Because now you don't want to get people to, especially in a moment like this, this tweet was viewed over 120 million times. That's a lot for Twitter. You don't want to give the people the opportunity to even misinterpret what you mean. You know what I mean? Don't even give them the chance in a moment like this. Sometimes it's better to just be quiet. If the way you explained it the next day, if that's how you really meant it, okay, that's understandable.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when Shannon went on, Shannon didn't go. So basically what happened was Shannon didn't show up on Tuesday.
Yeah.
He didn't like what Skip said. And then he showed up on Wednesday and he was trying to get through his monologue and he was saying, hopefully Skip deletes the tweet. And Skip immediately said, no, I'm not going to delete the tweet.
I remember watching that. And yeah, I understand, like, Skip gets passionate. But like we were talking about right now, like, you don't really want to give out people the opportunity to, be able to attack you like that. For the fact of this, you have to watch
especially,
what you say. You have to watch how you convey certain messages. You may have meant to say something else, but still you have to understand that certain wording can be taken out of context at any time, especially in situations like this. So that's why you have to be cognizant of the fact of certain words can mean different things to different people. But Skip is too passionate. And especially in that moment when he's going back and forth with Shannon. And I remember, man, Shannon was heated too. I remember seeing that, man. Shannon was he was hot.
Skip is the type of guy that he can talk all the shit in the world about anybody. But as soon as someone has something to say about him, it's now become a problem. He can call players. He calls Russell Westbrook out of his name. He's talked about LeBron, LeBrick, Westbrook, all kind. You can talk about all these players, but as soon as they got something to say about you, you want to cry and play the victim. Skip, you can't be both.
Yeah.
You can't be the bully and the victim.
If you can dish it out, you need to be able to take it. Honestly.
Exactly. And sometimes you need to hold yourself accountable, Skip. Skip, you are great at what you do.
Yeah.
Don't know you personally, but you need to hold yourself accountable for some of the things you say and some of the things you do. Because especially in this culture, in this society today, people are not tolerant of that anymore. It's not 10 years, it's not 20 years ago. It's different. You gotta watch what you say.
With all these people that who have these different platforms, and we see, like on Twitter, social media, things aren't just on the local news or on like the big news networks anymore. We could see things in like different times as far as like on social media. So it's continuous. It's a continuous thing. So it's not just going to be, oh, did you see what, Skip said at 10 in the morning? No, it's going to be, this happened days ago and we're still talking about it right now. So it's still like, it's going to live on for like however long, and it's going to stay with him now that he's saying, things like this, and he's been saying things like this, and it's being shown kind of like as insensitive. Just like how people can take it and see it as insensitive.
And the way he talks to Shannon.
Yeah.
And especially when he was arguing about saying Tom Brady is better than Shannon ever has been and will be, Skip. At the end of the day, Shannon Sharpe is a NFL Hall of Famer, a top 10 player at his position of all time. Some would say top 5 at his position of all time. Okay, Tom Brady's better than almost everyone that's ever played in NFL.
Yeah.
So that's a cheap, low blow that you threw at Shannon. You need to watch how you treat people, telling him to put his glasses back on. Skip, if Shannon wanted to, he would sleep you a one punch.
Yeah, man.
He's a big guy. Skip, you're an old man, bro.
That's
you need to
go ahead.
I was saying, as a man, and this is what my dad always taught me. Don't talk crazy to somebody you aren't prepared for if you aren't prepared for the consequences that may happen. I'm not going to walk up to Shaq and start talking crazy to Shaq like he can't step on me like a bug. You know what I mean? Yeah. Come on, choose your battles, and you can't just say things to people. You can't talk to people how you want. And this is the society we live in today, bro. People are. You had the bullies aren't the jocks anymore. The bullies aren't the athletes. The bullies are the people online or people that know nothing's going to happen to them.
And you want to know something too. Some people did compare it to like that. You better, that boy mentality that, kind of like
that's what it was.
White people talk to certain, certain races, especially black people, especially white people of a certain age, telling them to put back on his glasses.
Yeah.
Nah, man, you can't be talking to people like that. You got to have respect. That's your co-host, man. You got to have respect for the person you're working with. You got to treat people with, common courtesy. You can't just be popping off at the mouth like that.
Treat people as you want to be treated.
Exactly. I don't know where that meant. I mean, I can have an idea of where that mentality comes from, but at the same time, it's like you know better. You know better how to treat people, and you've been through so many things that you should understand that certain actions and certain verbiage isn't warranted.
Yeah, and I don't think a lot of people want Skip to be canceled. Look, I don't think it should be canceled. I think this should be a lesson learned, like we were talking about on our last week's episode. The cancel culture is people can redeem themselves.
Yeah,
give people a chance. And for Skip, I think Skip definitely owes Shannon an apology. He owes the NFL an apology. I think he owes Damar Hamlin an apology. Even if that's not what you meant, Skip. Even if how can I work this? Sometimes it's even if you believe you're right, sometimes it's better to just apologize. Just say sorry. Hey, I'm sorry. I understand why people are upset. I apologize for it. That's not what I meant, but I can get why people felt that way about it. And like I said, I do a fundraiser or do something. People will let it go. People will let it go, Skip. But you are so stuck in your ways. You just do not want to admit it. You do not want to apologize, even if you believe you're right. Sometimes it's best to just apologize and you can move on with life without all the backlash. Now, this is another thing that's going to be on your resume, bro, that people already hate you. Like,
and this is, we just starting the year, man. We really just starting the year. You already got this, another tick against you, man.
Yeah. And Skip cannot run a show by himself.
Oh,
he needs a co-host. I watched some of the episode on Tuesday. I couldn't watch it, bro. It was too difficult to watch. It was bad. Skip needs somebody. Shannon helps. Skip and Shannon together make that show what it is. If Shannon leaves after this contract, I don't think too many people are going to want to work with Skip.
Sit down with no.
I think that might be the end of him.
That's the thing. He's up there in age, obviously, and yeah, he is a great analyst. I mean, he understands the games, basketball, football, all different kinds of sports, and he's been covering sports for a long time. He's covered some great teams, really great. I mean, he covered MJ, MJ and the Bulls. I mean, so he has that experience, but now it's getting to a point where society's changed the way that we view different things, the way that we see certain comments, certain statements, and it's just becoming a different just type of venue for all this stuff now.
Yeah. At the end of the day, yeah, you put that word that excellently. At the end of the day, Skip, sometimes just say you're sorry, man.
Yeah.
And he still never apologized for Shannon. Skip, you talking down at NFL Hall of Famer, a player that's top 10, maybe top 5 at his position of all time. You have the audacity to talk about him. You never played in NFL. You never played in NBA. And I understand that doesn't mean you can't critique and analyze the game. But to take cheap shots at Shannon, and the cheap shots you throw at LeBron and the cheap shots you throw at Russell Westbrook, at the end of the day, these men have played the game at the highest level, and are some of the best to ever play the game ever in existence of man. Skip. So sometimes you just need to give them credit where it's due and leave it at that. You don't have to name call. You don't have to call players out their name. Sometimes it's funny. I'll give you that. But it starts to impact people's families. I guarantee, Skip, if people start calling you out of your name, making fun, poking fun at you every day, you won't like it. You don't have kids. He doesn't have kids. He don't know what it's like when you're calling somebody's daddy Russell Westbrook and the kids got to go to school and hear people saying, "Oh, your dad's Russell Westbrook," blah, blah, blah. You never had to deal with that, Skip. So
I'm pretty sure he wouldn't like someone took a shot at his wife or anything like that. So I just don't understand. Like, you can analyze the game, you can critique them, but like you said, you don't have to call them out their name. And especially, why are you taking shots at Shannon? He's already has his accolades. His time has come and went, and he succeeded, and he did a lot. Legendary player. Why are you taking shots at him? What difference does it make? Like he can go back on the field and change, get some more trophies, get some more championships. It's too late.
He has Super Bowls. He's in the NFL Hall of Fame. He's one of the best to ever step on the field at his position.
Yes.
He's one of the most respected players of all time.
Yes.
Yeah, Skip, that's ridiculous. Stop to compare Tom Brady to Shannon Sharpe is ridiculous. They play different positions. Tom Brady has done things that will never be done again. That's not fair, bro.
That's like
that's not fair.
It's like him telling Shannon that, "Oh, Tom Brady throws the ball better than you." Well, you think Tom Brady's a quarterback, and Shannon's a wide receiver.
I know damn well Tom Brady can't catch better than Shannon Sharpe.
No.
Did he drop a game-winning touchdown pass in the Super Bowl?
Bro, it was to extend a play basically, but Tom Brady, no coverage on him, no coverage. Ain't nobody near him.
The ball.
A simple pass and he falls down with the ball. I'm like, what are you doing?
Oh man! Shout out to Tom Brady though. Tom Brady is the GOAT. But that's like comparing Tom Brady to Shannon Sharpe. It's like comparing Michael Jordan to like one of the NBA analysts, like Kendrick Perkins or something. Like
Kendrick Perkins.
Kendrick Perkins was great. No shots at Kendrick Perkins, but they played two different completely positions.
Man.
One is the greatest player to ever play, and one was a really good role player from some really good teams.
Yeah.
You don't do that. They both still play at a high level. Kendrick Perkins is closer to Michael Jordan than any of us are. So,
yep, he played in the league. He actually played in the league. And he won a championship too.
Yeah, a couple of championships, I think. But
did he?
Yeah, shout out. I think he won with Boston. I think he was on the Cleveland roster when they beat the Warriors. I think he was on the roster. He didn't play. Yeah, I think
That's
so.
Crazy.
He didn't play. Yeah. But yeah, shout out to Kendrick Perkins. I like Kendrick. A lot of people don't like him. I like him, bro. I think he's hilarious. He's just one of the guys, bro.
He speaks his mind too.
Yeah, and it's a big dude. You ain't about to bully him.
Nah.